Welcome to CDD Podcast. Today I want to talk about friends, the friends you should stay away from. You know, there's certain kind of friends you should not have around. They will drag you down. They're going to bring you down. You know, like the number one friend, I think, the number one worst kind of friend, I think there is. It's the one that is always around, running around talking about people. You know, they're talking about everybody. You know, do you know what Joe did? Did you hear? You know, Joe is, he's always doing something. And then there's, Ray, he's always doing this. And George, don't forget about George. And then when you're not around, you should really contemplate this. I want you to really think about this when you're not around. Who do you think they're talking about? The Ray, Joe, George, whoever your other friends are. These are just random names. Surprised that I remembered them all. But they're talking about you now. Now they're talking about you also. So you got a friend that's always talking about somebody. I would get rid of them. Get rid of them because they're going to drag you down. They're going to drag you down. They're not even worth it. The worst kind of friend to have around. One of the worst kind of friends. Then you got the one friend who's always asking for something. He's always coming over. He's always coming over asking for something. Dude, you got $20? Dude, you got an extra cigarette? Dude, you got this, you got that. It's always asking for stuff. He's always asking for stuff. And the reason I would get rid of this friend is he may be a really generally good dude. Well, he's a good dude. Like, I want him around. He's a good dude. He's nice to me all the time. Like, he never starts any trouble. Well, of course he's not starting any trouble or does anything because he wants something all the time. He always wants something. You got to there's always a friend who always wants something, and he's got to go. He or she. I don't want to say he. I mean, I'm a man, so I say he a lot. I'm going to work on that. But, but that friend's always wanting something. So they're never good. They are never going to start any trouble. They're never going to start any trouble because they want something. And then there's the friend that's always just negative. And he's just in a bad mood. He's just in a bad mood all the time. Or he's just so rough around the edges. You can't really get down with him. Like, you're like, man, he really brings you. Because when somebody's negative, they bring you down. So you'd be like, man, he really brings me down, man. You really bring me down. Well, they really bring me down. So then, somebody who brings you down, really, they got to go. He may actually be one of the worst ones. The guy who's always talking about something, buddy, well, when I'm around, he's not starting anything. He's probably starting stuff behind your back. But, he's not bringing you down. The guy always wants something. I mean, he always wants something. I mean, my wallet kind of hurts. But, he never bothers me. He never bothers me. He never does anything. But this friend, he's always negative. You're like, I think I'm going to go to college. I'm going to go to college and go to business school. And they're like, you in business. That'll never work. Or, I think I'm gonna eat less or something. I'm gonna get on a better diet. Let me say better, not eat less, because you gotta eat. But I mean, I'm just making some examples here. I'm gonna eat better. I'm gonna change my diet. Oh yeah, right. That'll never work. That'll never work. You like the foods you eat already too much. You're never gonna get. You might want to get on a workout plan. You working out, okay? Those kind of that kind of they are the worst freaking friend. They're the worst freaking friend for a reason. Like for the main reasons, because they're always going to bring you down and tell you can't do something. And you just and if you keep that friend around, you keep that person around, they're always going to bring you down. They're always going to bring you down. It's never going to change. And people don't change, You could tell, they could be like, when you cut them off, they'll be like, what the hell? And they're going to start all kinds of trouble with you. So, fun fact about technology. Here's a fun fact about any social media platform. Your phone, even in your phone, you can block them. Block them. You don't have to deal with them anymore. If you see them in public, another fun fact, you can pretend you don't know who they are. So the whole message of today, because I don't want to keep you guys too long if you're, last video wasn't really that big, I think I went over, I was stuttering a lot. I think I did better today. But overall, this video is I want people to, it's not to, the whole overall message here today is don't let people bring you down. These three kind of friends will drag you down. You got the guy always talk about somebody. He's going to drag you down because he's always starting something. You're always going to have a beef there. Always going to have a beef with that one. Always going to have a beef. The guy always, the one that always wants, the friend that always wants money, he's just only reason you are associating with this person. I don't care how cool they are, how nice of a person they are, and it's all because they want something. They always want something. They're going to drag you down because they always want something. They're not your friend. They're not. And the guy that's always dragging you down, he's obviously not your friend. He's too miserable. They're too miserable. That friend needs to figure things out before he can even have friendship or have relationships with anybody. That person needs to figure it out. They need to go to therapy or something because they're miserable. And that's why they want to bring you down, because they're down. Because it's their, I personally believe it's their self-esteem alone. Like, they have no self-esteem. So they have to bring you down. So don't let nobody bring you down. You're great. Keep going the way you're going. You're going to make it through. All right. Remember, it's only up from here.